Good day. Today we will demonstrate Infor GRC governance, risk, and compliance capabilities around change management for ERP systems. For our agenda, I will present a platform overview followed by our change management capabilities and a brief demonstration. What risk and control challenges do companies typically face today? Anything really from financial, fraud, unauthorized purchases, access to sensitive data, segregation of duties, conflicting access where folks can create suppliers and process that payment. For our talk today, we will address change management and how to address it with best practice approach to managing ERP changes. What is Infor GRC? A risk and compliance solution that provides you with the ability to continuously monitor your business processes, helps you locate and help correct issues, and really brings together three typically siloed areas around risk identification, data, and action. GRC will also help to automate audit processes and reduce the cost of audit compliance. The capability here around compliant user provisioning really is a streamlined process for access changes to include approval workflow and automated provisioning. The objective really is to establish a single source for ERP access changes with best practices in mind. Design as close to the current operational process as possible for ease of administration, prevent control and compliance issues, important integration here with segregation of duties, and ensure management of mitigating controls is centralized. Here are three typical use cases for GRC provisioning: creating a new user, modifying existing user assignment, and granting bulk access, that all of which address IT risk management and data access and security. Let's see how GRC evaluates new user access. Coming into GRC lands us at my homepage, specific to me and specific to my governance, risk, and control metrics that I'd like to track. In particular, in the upper right-hand side are the provisioning requests that I've put through related to creating a new user. As I drill into those requests, you'll see the second one illustrated here is for a new user, and we see that Rebecca is a new user. Her manager has created this request for assigning the buyer role to Rebecca. As part of our best practices process, we're going to initiate a segregation of duties test against this provisioning request. You'll see the results of that here, in that there's a new indication here, status, for indicating the new buyer role has resulted in a violation. In particular, for this rule, the ability for someone to create a requisition and create a purchase order also. So what we're saying is that an analysis of this request for a new user, Rebecca, results in violations that would result if we were to provision Rebecca at this point. Our options then are to tie a compensating control. Simply documentation could be as simple as she needs this access in order to perform her duties as required. Once that documentation has been assigned or mitigated, documentation's provided, audit trail is provided, and then Rebecca could be automatically provisioned to the ERP system. That provisioning is based on a process or a plan that you would approve under what we call a template name It's associated here under an Infor template for user creation. This involves lots of flexibility, lots of functionality around provisioning, configuration, completion status, whether or not you want to automatically provision, or perhaps you'd like to review by IT prior to that automatic provisioning, and then who would actually sign off on that process as well. Stage definitions, here's a very flat example, but stage definitions, or really the approval stages required for your organization, would be reflected here. This is flat, as I mentioned, but you could add a security team is another layer of approvals that organizations typically add to them. Unlimited number of approvals, so you're not defined or limited by that choice as well. So to recap real quick, a real configurable approval process, built-in workflow, really helps to drive the organization structure as you see fit. You can provide alternate approvals. If you're out of the office, you can set an alternate approver to approve the requests so there's no backlog then when you return to the office. As I mentioned, a full audit trail of provisioning activities as part of the documentation that's provided out of the box for the solution. Thank you.